Defective drugs. There are many and several defective drugs. You might think they're defective people, but I'd say everybody has a little bit of a defect, at least most people. But drugs are generally defective, and doctors like to defend them. Uh, there's different defects in combinations of drugs too. Sometimes you can't take drugs all of the time. You can't take them in combinations, and sometimes they're only temporary. Um, Doctors don't use proper medical procedure while administering drugs. Um, Several drugs have a multi factor of treatments that they could be used for. Sometimes drugs act as brain chemicals or psychotropics, and at the same time, they're an antibiotic, or they cause cancer, or they could also be a psychotropic and good for your sugar levels. Could be a dope that acts like an insulin. Uh, Sometimes they have other side effects and things. Uh, Unwanted side effects that makes the medicine horrible. A lot of medicines are horrible, but you have to decide if it's good or not to you. But you should never force medication on someone who doesn't appreciate a medication. It's just not a good idea. I mean, especially if they know there's a potential defect. Uh, we know what a carcinogen is. Carcinogens are defective, and some medications have carcinogens in them, and that's a defect. Again, there's several defects. Uh, you have to not add to the problem. You want to subtract the problem. Sometimes just food is medicine. You could really live your life probably. It depends on who you are and what your medical diagnosis is, but sometimes you got to take the bad with the good, but it depends. Sometimes it's not worth it to take a medicine.